Took my love and you took it down.
Jesus. We were just listening to The Who, so that's
Please don't.
that takes us way down into
That's a bad place. That takes me to a bad
Life
place.
makes
Takes
you
us to a bad place.
bolder. Children get old, and Tiger
just went
Lily
from,
gets
Who
older.
cares about
too.
soda?
Listen, everybody, to the sound of silence as we reflect upon what tonight's show will be about. And realizing that it is SOTU, which is State of the Union address tonight. I'm terribly sorry that most of you will be missing it with us tonight, but the reruns of it and the replays of any key moments in it will be on your favorite mainstream media, just as soon as it's over. Okay, so we're going to try and get through the show as quickly and efficiently as possible. Okay, so today's show and this week's grouping of shows, you will take note that we are all over the place with the shows, and it's because the show has been all over the place. We learned that Mehmet got married. We learned that they tasked JD with getting videos from some of the people who couldn't make it to the wedding, because of course he had to get married on 2/22/22. So that was a big deal, and Mehmet is working out of the LA office just for the week. We also learned that Tenko was at the wedding and not with JD in LA, which is curious, so we'll come back to that. We will talk a little bit extensively about where exactly Howard is broadcasting from, since it seems that he was with his mother this weekend, and I feel like he may have flown back down to Florida. Then we'll talk about Chris Wilding, who really thinks he's the king of that show right now, and it's just kind of shocking that he gets away with the shit that he says. Which I'm kind of shocked about, to be honest with you. And if I was anybody on that show, I would hate him with every fiber of my being.
Dennis, you sound like Mehmet as I think about it. Yeah. You got a very similar voice quality. Then I just hit me.
I don't know if that's
second
good or bad.
No, he's got nothing wrong with his voice at all.
I can hear it. I can hear it a little bit. I can hear the cadence.
Is
I'm
there
the
a
smartest
mole
one here.
in the gunk?
When you have 7180 vision, Dennis, you develop kind of a keen ear. My ears are overdeveloped.
He's like Daredevil.
That's exactly what I am. I'm Matt Murdock without the law degree or cheekbones.
Yes, I love animals. I did cut my hair. I cut 6 inches of hair off. So
6 inches is fine.
Nice Ellen reference too. I love animals.
Yes,
Animals.
Yes. So I did do that the other day. So thank you for noticing. All right, let's talk about his mom, and that's been, obviously he didn't really talk about her yesterday, but now it's like a huge topic of conversation, even much so that it extended itself into the commercial for Mattress Firm, where there was also like a little bit of a mess up on the audio. There was a couple of audio mess ups today as well. $100 million. You can't really hire the best help.
$100 million don't go as far as it used to.
That's exactly right.
Sound engineers don't grow on trees.
So let's talk about go home. Howard, go home.
Still any improvement?
I was with her on the weekend, and I go over to see her, and she goes, "Go home." It's so nasty.
Yeah, this really happened.
Oh my God.
Well, they told me go in her room because all she wants to do is sleep all day.
Is that King Norris?
She's all depressed. So they
Yes,
tell me go in the room.
during a
don't
Mattress
take no
Firm
for an
commercial.
answer. Wake her up and get her up out of that bed.
Okay.
So I go in all determined, and I go, "Mom, come on, we're gonna get up and eat some lunch, right? Go home, Howard. Go home. Go to your wife."
Yeah, she really said that.
I have a feeling she didn't say that.
I have a feeling
I'm
he
kind of
didn't.
going, yeah, no.
Didn't even go.
That gives him an out with the audience to never visit his mother.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think
doesn't
that
want me
she's
here.
actually on her way out, and I think that he flew
You
in from
think?
Florida to see her, because I feel like he's committed to being down there, and yet he doesn't want to sound like the absolute ultimate shit that he is. by not seeing her, even though like everybody else has seen her, meaning his sister, his daughters, and he's the one that's not there. Obviously, he pays for everything, but he's not there to hold her hand. So let's.
I think he gets this. Ellen and Ashley every day go, "Don't worry about it. No, we're good. We got it. Don't worry about it. We're good." And he gets that kind of like placating.
Yeah, it's okay, Dad. We don't need you here.
Like not even a guilt trip because they know he's paying for it.
We haven't heard about Deborah and her swarthy husband.
Oh, I know. How does she not? How do the other kids not come up in this? You're so right, Dennis.
Well, Deborah lives on the West Coast, so
I know,
she's
still.
not easily
just
accessible.
Still, you'd think they'd be incorporated into some fake anecdote. I mean, you don't know when he's lying anyway, but you'd think you can't bring his grandpa. You can't bring up anything that might bring attention to him being a grandpa.
And the other one's singing Judaica to an audience of like 2. So,
No, it's more because we watch it.
Because we watch it. We're the only ones that watch it. I mean,
watch that.
the absolute balls on her to always put the lyrics on the songs just kills
very
me.
important.
Like, who's singing along with this? We were
you
just
remember,
watching The Who before we came on here. And we're all like, we won't get fooled again. And all the words are on there. It's like, who would do that to her music? What were you going to say, Xavier?
The last video she posted, remember she took it down like for 5 minutes. There was some sort of goof on it, and she fixed it. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's on Radio Gunk, man. The fuck?
She knows. She knows that
knew.
we saw it.
She took it down because people are like, oh, it's gone. I mean, you can go back to the thread. You can find it. You can see people like, oh, she took it down. And then like, oh, it's back up. And people are like, she's fucking with our emotions.
She really toys with us. She's trolling us at this point. I fully
Apparently.
believe it. So let's continue on with
I
Mom.
actually think that she's actually G Canada, to be honest.
It totally fits, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right, I'm continuing.
Trying to tend to my mother's needs.
Even
Still
though
on
she yelled at
still on the Mattress Firm commercial, by the way.
Yeah, still in the
You listen
commercial.
to like that shit music in the background.
you stay.
Oh, my father was brutal too. The two of them.
What did
I
he say?
basically keep them both alive. I pay for everything, and
That's the key.
but you wouldn't even know it. I mean, it's like
Wow.
I decided to bring over a deck of cards because my father always loved playing cards, and I was like, he needs some brain stimulation. He's got no one to talk to all day. He used to talk to my mother, but she's out of commission. So I go, Dad.
Put him in one of
Yell when you
Cuomo's
talk to
nursing
him,
homes.
And I'm wearing a mask too.
Uh-huh.
And I go, Dad, whoa.
Here we
Just
go.
like that, whoa. Because he just sits in a chair all day. He gets all dressed, washed up and everything. He gets, he sits down
Nikolai
and
Stern.
He does that for himself.
That's it. That's it
Yes.
for the
Yeah.
day. That's all he's doing.
Yeah, so I figure I'll play cards with him. Right? I go, Dad, I brought a deck of cards. He goes, what? I go, I brought a deck of cards. Maybe you want to play gin rummy. Go! No!
Yeah, that's how it went.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Exactly.
In that lunacy
His
asylum.
dad probably looks like less healthy Abe Vigora at this point.
Exactly. His dad is in. They're both in.
They're on that final stretch.
The end of the years. I'd be really curious if we actually did a podcast after Ray died, and not too dissimilar to Betty White, just called her like the C word for like a solid hour of the show. Yeah, but just think about it. It's like, who does that? Who does that? It's so disrespectful. It's so stupid. It's just, I'm just shocked by his
I'm
ability.
up for it though. Let's.
Exactly. Let's do it. Let's just do it. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Listen to the way he talks about his father. His loving father who basically, hates him. This is how he describes his dad this morning. Same
like
clip.
I'm an idiot.
Same music.
My mother's not doing well. Why would I want to play? Like you're not getting that he has no stimulation.
Right.
The guy lives like a house plant.
Houseplant.
I mean, and he made me feel like I was 3 years old again. And he's yelling at me. What are you, a moron? Like he's doing anything for my mother anyway. He just sits there.
Can you imagine?
Wow.
This is what he calls him, a houseplant.
Houseplant.
Nursing homes
That's
in the
impressive.
medical industry have gotten away with keeping people alive for decades and decades and decades, and he's keeping them alive. They don't know how to do it. His medical expertise and prowess is keeping them alive. It's not the system. It's not anything else. They would have died 5 years ago if it's not for him throwing money at this problem to make it easy. He's throwing money at the problem to make it easier for him. It's not for them.
Of course,
It's
we all
to make it
listen,
easier for him.
We all
it's not
keep
keeping them
people
alive.
and pets alive for selfish reasons. That's what we do. But I'm a firm believer in the Soylent Green mode of dying. You know, you just decide it's time for you to go and you check in at the front door. They roll you into this room where you have like this surround of like big, beautiful meadows and hills and deer and just wonderful music playing in the background. And they just shoot you up with whatever and you just die. I mean, yes, somebody will eat you eventually because it's a dystopian future. But actually, that future is like 2022 or something. 2021 is when Soylent Green is supposed to be. But yeah, I'm all for that. I'm all for
Wait, is that just like human mulching?
Isn't it kind of weird at the same time that that's supposed to happen? That stuff called Beyond Meat came out.
What do you
Just
call
saying.
So he can pull the plug. What would you call that? Benenrasia?
Benenrasia.
Instead of euthanasia?
Exactly. All right. I'm just gonna stick with a couple more things about his mom, and then we'll be over this. Okay. Here we go.
Gee.
Still commercial.
Oh yeah.
I even brought over a lady with balloons and chocolates and stuff to try to get my mother happier. I tried everything.
A lady with balloons.
Why can't you bring balloons up? You brought a lady over.
Are you
I try
kidding me?
anything. I hate balloons. Balloons depress
What
me.
service is that?
Yeah.
It's the balloonchocolate.com website.
Exactly. Come on.
Why can't you bring your own balloons and chocolate over?
All right,
What,
so
exactly.
He's not stopping
Wait,
us.
And
wait,
Beth's
wait, wait. Let's really think about this for a second. He's bringing a
Lady with balloons.
94-year-old lady that is like 2 feet away from the finish line. He's bringing her over balloons and chocolate like it's a 7-year-old's birthday party.
Yeah, how patronizing is that too? If that's real, I don't believe anything he says.
I sort of believe that, you know, the man who throws money at everything can't fix this. So he doesn't. Listen, we've all discussed the fact that he doesn't know from death. Like he has never
No, he doesn't.
experienced
He has
death
no
in his
idea.
life, and he has no idea how to react to it or to figure out what to do to make things
Except
better.
make it
because
about
you
himself.
can't- Because you can't throw money at somebody dying.
All he knows to do, Monique, is make it about himself. That's the answer.
course.
Right?
Yeah.
I heard that
wait,
he
I
bought her
wonder.
a stiletto and a gift subscription.
Gift-scription. It's a gift-scription.
I wonder if he brought the lady over that makes the animals out of the balloons. If that's what it
That'd be
was.
cool.
It would be so funny if he brought like what's his name,
A
Yucko.
mime to start
Yeah.
doing the
Bring
little
Yucko.
Yucko. Where's the deli platter? Can you write your own parents a nice note while they're still alive?
Oh my God, Yucko making
deli
like
platter.
farm animals out of balloons would have been
Exactly.
amazing.
Made her a crown.
Exactly. Right, with like a swan coming out of the top of
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Here, Mom, I'm trying to make you happy. I know how depressed you are.
Chaka Khan and Tiger Lily thinking Howard lives like a house
all this is
plant.
going on.
He does.
Ray's
Yeah.
trying to literally pull the plug out of the wall.
Oh yeah, she's self-immolating, like she's just like killing
It's
herself,
over
whatever
with.
she can do. Oh, look at David chipping into us tonight. Thank you, David.
That's
Saying
that
he's
Viper Room.
basically getting reimbursed for his elder abuse discussion by the mattress company.
Apparently.
Exactly what's going
Live
on.
read.
Exactly. All right, I'm
That's
gonna
those are the Public Enemies residuals.
think that
Thank
when-
you, Debbie.
Do you think when she passes away that Howard's just going to get that mattress and flip it over? Using it
You know it's one of those mattresses
might
that
have a
comes
little
up and
stain
comes
on the
down.
other side, so don't flip it back, please.
I'm sure it's a medical bed at this point. You know, like one of those twin beds.
Yeah.
That just
Yeah,
kind of
fucking
comes up and
IKEA
down with
twin
a metal
bed.
We
railing
can't
so
let
that
it
she doesn't
go.
fall out.
I mean, he did pay for it.
Why
He
is
did
he
pay
not
for it.
telling the story yesterday?
Because he
You
needed
know,
a
that's
day.
curious because maybe yesterday was taped. I don't know.
Anything's possible like that.
He
You're
did
right.
bring up
Yeah.
Ukraine, though. He did bring up Ukraine.
But
And it was all
that's
over the
been going
news
on for a
today.
while.
That was only yesterday, right?
That was only yesterday. It seems like a year already, but yes, it was only yesterday. I'm going to continue.
He's sitting on that for Tuesday. It's just
Yes.
the strangest thing. It's bizarre.
Yes,
I don't understand how
and
this
then
show
he
works.
was trending on Twitter, as a matter of fact, today for talking about it. curiously enough.
Well, that's all he knows at this point.
So not only did we try the balloon lady, here's
chocolate.
somebody else.
Does my mom's hair, brought her over to talk. She booked
The
out of there
hairdresser.
in 3 seconds. It was like she stepped into the Munster house.
Still playing the music.
She's still
Don't
running.
even ask.
You can't even catch her.
Yeah, oh my God. I go, yeah, just
Ooh,
say hi to my
Fred
mom.
alert! Fred alert!
Get out, please. All right, everyone out.
Oh dear, she's even yelling at strangers now, so she doesn't even
Yeah.
have party manners.
Wow.
Oh,
I-
I'm
turn
sorry.
off
The
this music, please. I'm
95-year-old.
talking about-
The 95-year-old doesn't have party manners.
Wow.
Shh, come on.
Are you kidding me that you said that she doesn't have party manners?
Said by the giant C.
Come on, you never
Yeah.
been to a
Yeah,
90-year-old rave?
get Captain Dennis to throw in the ocean, Robin.
Exactly. She would sink right to the bottom. she's all density.
Right in the garbage.
Right in the
Give her-
garbage. Right in the garbage.
Dennis,
Exactly.
Dennis
So
DeMiller goes, I'm sure,
it's
I'm sure
Howard that-
Howard can give his mom a playgirl for old time's sake, for Christ's sake.
What, Xavier?
Is Howard insinuating that there was no Molly or glow sticks to be had when he went there?
Yes,
Molly.
that's the
Molly.
party that we
What
all
is
wanna have.
Molly X? What is that?
Ecstasy?
Yeah, what is Molly X? Tell us.
X?
Molly X.
Yeah, this is-
Has
Molly
anyone
is X and X is Molly.
yeah, apparently.
Monique at Limelight, for Christ's sake.
Molly is awesome. I highly recommend everybody try it at least once.
Gotta have the black light and the glow sticks, though.
Exactly.
I got a
And
glow
everybody
stick.
The
dancing
day
like
glows.
this all over the
Jimi
place.
Hendrix poster.
Cindy Lou Who. Cut to Howard forcing his mother to play pin the tail on the donkey.
Oh my god, it'd be so great if you brought like a pinata in with Consuela.
Oh my God.
Mr. Howard, this is my favorite. This is my favorite place. We make
He's
it
a
the best.
donkey. He's a
How about-
donkey.
How about this by Dorian Morgan? He writes, his parents have been dying for 15 years.
That's true.
Perfect punishment for a narcissist. It's true, though. How long have they been on the 5-yard line? Right? It does seem like 15 years. Who's dying for 15 years?
Exactly.
5-yard line.
Mo
They're on
reminiscing
this-
about
this is
tripping
first
her
and goal.
tits off on Molly midlife crisis. Classic Ash Ketchum.
All right, I'm a little sick. I'm
I
sorry
can't wait
if I'm
for
coughing.
Howard to talk about how they were playing the bobbing for dentures.
What are you talking about?
Wow.
Wow.
Monique,
Hold on.
you're still sick? So this is like
Yes.
7 days.
Yes,
That's a
I'm
long
still
time to
sick.
be sick.
Yes,
What-
I know.
No progress at all?
I'm feeling like, well, now that I'm taking like extra strength expectorant, but the problem is it also makes me drowsy. So I
so
didn't take
sleepy.
any today
so
so that
Yeah.
I could actually be okay for the show.
Wow.
But
I
I'll
can't
put
believe you're
myself on.
powering through for this horseshit.
I don't have fever or anything like that. It's
She
just
just does a
little
line
bit
of
nasal.
coke right before.
Duh.
And Molly.
Does it
Molly.
everybody?
Molly.
All right, so let's talk about Ashley a little bit too because she was there. Oh no! Sorry. So first, he decides he's going to try tough love with his mother. So let's listen to what he does here.
Right.
Yeah, here we go.
All I know is
those teeth.
and then like I just sat in her room and stared at her for a while and
Sure you did.
then I said maybe I got to try a real emotional approach and I looked at her, I took off my shades.
Took off my shades.
I go, Mom, go home, Howard, it's enough. Go home. I go, Mom.
How many times did he say go home? Like seriously, throughout
Yeah.
this entire thing. All right, here's Ashley.
I almost
Let's go
grabbed
to
it
this.
from her and drank it myself. It's like a
Yeah, how
milkshake.
is that stuff?
Oh, he's talking about feeding her some Ensure because
Yeah,
she's not
Ensure.
eating.
Yeah, sure he did.
Metamucil.
Kind of like yeah, she's not eating anymore.
He
so-
knew. Wait, the worst part. He knew how many calories were in and
Oh, I know. I could see
280
Beth stealing the
calories.
Ensure. If it
he,
make
he knew how many calories were in it.
Isn't that
That's
the point?
disturbing.
Is that it fills you with calories?
yeah.
Oh well, he would never drink something like that because it has too many calories in it. It's way
280.
too-
I mean, that's way too many.
That's exactly right.
He's
And-
really count. Oh my god.
But he
he's
was
so
thinking,
anorexic.
he was dreaming about how delicious it probably
Exactly,
was, and he
'cause it
would
was
like
like a
steal it
milkshake.
from his mother. Let me start from the
Yeah,
beginning.
sure he was.
Yeah, here we
Yeah.
go.
I almost grabbed it from her and drank it myself. It's like a
Yeah, how
milkshake.
is that stuff?
It's
Yeah,
good.
milkshake, see?
Yeah, because Ensure is like apple pie. This must be like a milkshake.
Yeah.
Thank you, Diana.
I go, Mom, you
Diana.
got to get out of bed and eat something. Go home.
Again.
I love you. And I love
What a
for you to
horrible
go
bit.
home.
This is
Oh,
horrible.
Listen,
You
listen.
you know, sometimes you just have to get people up, Howard. You don't
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what,
This
Robin?
warmth there.
what?
I'm going to bring you with me next time.
Well, you know,
You're
I
gonna
was a
get
nurse. I
aroused.
used to do this all the time. You
Right.
ignore what they're saying and you get them up.
Well,
Right.
my daughter
Tough love,
Ashley's a
Robin.
nurse.
Yeah,
You
okay.
know, and she marched in there. Oh boy,
Oh boy.
like a general.
Yeah.
That kid's the best.
Here we go.
I was
She
like,
trotted in.
I turned to her. I said, I'm taking my cues from you. And she marches in, opens up the windows. All right, Grandma, out of bed now. Let's go.
That's right. Yeah.
And she, you know what she said? She goes, Ashley, go home.
Doesn't matter. She's up now.
Ashley's fiance, Adam, even stopped by yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, they barely know him. My father threw him out of the house the first time he showed up. My daughter Ashley goes over to my parents' house to help her, and she brings her fiance. My father looks at him and goes, "Who's all these people in the house?"
Yeah. So originally he's saying
Wait,
my
wait,
daughter
wait.
Ashley went over there to cheer her up.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden Ashley is in nurse mode.
Right.
And
Yes.
so then she also has to be like one of, a crew of 17 to help his parents.
Aren't they? Wait, Mo, I'm
Went
confused.
too many cooks.
Aren't they in assistant living now?
Yes,
They've
they
been
are.
like that
Yes.
for a while. So why would he be saying get out of the house? That makes no sense.
What do you
Well,
mean?
he's an idiot, so he just thinks.
No, I mean that's sort of.
No, he wouldn't. He
he's
wouldn't say that. You're right. He would never use that.
Yeah, he's implying. I mean, they're clearly an assistant living,
Euphemism.
like in an apartment or something.
But they have an apartment, so
Exactly, but
they're saying get
for
out.
him to say get out of the house, that's
There's no way that ever
He's
happened.
98 years old. Let's
No, no,
cut him
no.
a little slack.
It's all bullshit. It's all
You're
bullshit.
talking about Ben? Ben doesn't know where he is.
Exactly.
Yeah, so of course he could say get out of my house. I could see
Yeah,
I could see
I
that.
don't think
Have
so.
you ever? You really think a is talking to his granddaughter like that at this
No.
juncture in his
No.
life? You
Absolutely
really
not.
think you've heard Ben Stern on it? He doesn't ever do that shit. There's no
He's
way that came out of his.
98. I don't think he's in a capacity to know anything. When my father had Alzheimer's and it was getting kind of bad, he would get extremely angry at people.
Oh, that's part of the
and
whole
it's
point,
part
yeah.
of the whole thing. And
Yeah.
you don't realize it because you don't understand why they're being like that or why they're talking like that to you, but they do get pretty fucking angry. And so I'm just trying to be a little empathetic to Ben
98-year-old
and Ray.
man,
Cut me
yes.
some slack.
No,
I'm not
you're
saying
fine.
that
It's, they're evil
that
people.
he's
You're
lying
a
or doing
pathological
something
liar.
bad.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that I
I don't
can
believe a
see.
word he fucking says.
I don't either.
He
So
lies all day long.
Just-
Like a rug.
Dennis DeMiller goes like this. Goes,
That's right.
the Stern Show is more filler than Whitney Cummings' face after a weekend set at Ocho Rios, Jamaica, for Christ's sake.
Jesus Christ.
Whitney Cummings. Plastic surgery.
See, David says Howard doesn't understand the aphorism. Get out of the aphorism. Nice word. Get out of the house isn't appropriate for an assisted living place. Yeah, of course he doesn't. But I'm just saying I could see
Because he makes all this shit up.
somebody 98 saying that.
Yeah.
All right, let's listen to Nurse Robin because she was a
Yes.
nurse, and
Oh.
as you may or may not remember, she was a nurse.
vegetation of Robin.
And so when she was a nurse, she knew how to nurse. And of course, when she was a young nurse, she was even a better nurse. So here we
There
go.
she is, Nurse Robin. Thank God you're out of that
Fred alert!
profession.
Fred alert!
Yeah.
I used to go into the hospital even as a kid. When I
Yeah.
was like 16, 17, I'd go in the hospital and we'd get assignments. I say, give me the worst patient
That would be you.
because all the other people had to be there with them all
Oh,
week.
Bullshit.
Sure you did.
I just
Ron.
had a day. I said, let me spell you. Give me the absolute worst patient.
This is a new
you
story.
have. And I'd take care of them for the day. And they were terrible.
Why?
Well, you're a
Why,
strong
Robin?
woman. Please don't straddle my mother, though. I would really.
I knew it was coming.
I don't think stress.
Exactly why would Robin be a glutton for punishment and get the worst patient
At
because you're
17.
16, 17 years old, right?
Because she's a delusional 70-year-old.
Oh my God, she's amazing.
That's a new
She-
story
yeah.
that never existed
That is a new
anywhere.
story.
Never existed anywhere.
Yeah, that's new for 2022.
Are we, do we ever get substantiated? What is Howard's COVID hysteria? How much do you think it's brought upon by Ashley whining to him in her
No, it's not- it's
rookie
brought
year,
along-
worsening
No.
about
No, it's by
the
I think
cluttering
Ashley
up of?
is a nurse and she's out and about in the world.
Well, he
Yeah,
claims
and
she's in a
he's a
hospital. So
hypochondriac
if that's true, and the
psychopath.
hospitals are cluttered with COVID
They aren't.
patients, Howard's screaming about he's getting this and not acknowledging where he's, it's like over hysteria about it. And it's coming from her, and he's trying to white knight for her.
he
No, I don't
is-
think it's coming from her. I think if anything, she's probably saying, "Dad, it's okay. Like
He's a
I didn't get it,
sociopath.
and
I don't
you
know.
won't. I didn't get it, and I'm in a friggin' hospital." So
He's a sociopath.
He is a
100% this is all bullshit. He didn't believe it. He's always wanted to work from the Imus Ranch, and this is his ticket. This
Oh,
is like
Limbaugh
when-
too.
This is like
Limbaugh
when
had the
Homer gained 300 pounds so he could wear the muumuu and not go to work anymore.
yeah.
This is nothing to do. I mean, you know what? You guys buy this whole COVID shit with Howard.
No, I don't buy
All
any of
this
it.
is him being lazy and wanting to work from home. And he ain't gonna give that up for dick.
I just think he's
Absolutely.
laying it on thick. Any excuse to. I think that was lock solid, written into his contract last that he doesn't have to actually come in. There's no question he had that locked in that he could not come in whenever he feels like it.
no, it's definitely not locked in. And you know what? I'm sure that. I mean, this is such a stupid thing to say, but I'm sure he's going to have to pay the piper after his summer vacation.
Why?
Good, I
He's
hope-
a
Because
silent
once
partner.
COVID is
Thank you, Shane.
completely, like,
Gone.
not completely eradicated, but enough so that, if you're sick, you just have a cold and not COVID, it's going to be really interesting to see what he says. Thank you so much, Shane. I'm missing the State of the Union speech to be here. Well, you're clearly not missing anything.
Don't worry.
So don't worry about it. Be here with us instead. All right, I'm going to move on to.
They're great kids.
Okay,
great
this
kids.
is crazy. So this is a news story for me also. It must be like Dave for news stories. So he went back to talking about how Ray went on like Valium or Xanax or some happy pill. He doesn't know which one it was. And she wound up taking classes and going back to school and then started working. So what did he do when Ray was working? Here, I'll tell you.
I even got laid in high school. I used to use my
You
house
had
as
time
a.
to yourself.
I had time to myself. I could have girls over, smoke weed, forget about it. It was like I was an adult. It's like I had my own pad. My dad was at work. He never came home early, and my mom was working at St. Francis Hospital, helping people to get phlegm out of their lungs as an inhalation therapist. It was really great, and I could go home during lunch and
Never.
smoke a bowl,
Never.
and that's what I would do. And then I'd go back to school high and take a nap.
Never happened.
Okay, so in, oh my God, 30, 40, almost 40 years of listening, that never, ever, ever was brought up, ever.
Never.
That he got laid in high school by bringing girls over while his mother was working.
That's right.
No, in fact, the story was always his mom was always around, and that he can never do anything, and he only had a girl over once or twice.
That's
He-
right.
Oh my God! I mean, he completely changed the story 100%. In fact, his mother used to catch him smoking in his bedroom. He told that story a bunch of times. This
This is new.
ridiculous.
It's new for 2022.
Completely
We have
brand
all
new,
new
new
stories.
memory.
He's a hipper, younger.
He went
That's
from
why-
Ben Stein to Cheech and Chong, and
Exactly.
sorted out.
Just like that.
Exactly.
Wow.
Chuck, I agree with you completely. I don't think Robin has seen anybody but Captain Dennis and doctors in 3 years.
Yeah.
Agreed. I don't think she's seen another single human being.
No.
Okay.
I don't think anybody misses her though.
Like I said, we have lots of clips tonight, so I
Let's
do
go.
want to get through a bunch of stuff while we're on a roll.
You have to be
Okay.
smart, John Doe, to be a nerd. He was not smart, so he could not be a nerd. He
So
was
then
a
we
gunk.
spent an hour on our next little tidbits of information, which was they did a kind of like a Shark Tank where they had 3 people in who were porn experts or porn or
Not porn,
sex
they were
toy
product. They were
sex
sex
toy
toy experts.
experts, including then Ronnie and Stephanie.
Yep. Yeah, that
And
was
so they
great.
were part of the panel, and they had 3 people come in to talk up their products, and whoever won, I guess, won a whopping $5,000. Sorry.
So the funny part about this, let me
Yeah,
hearing
go for it
this
while I
was
chat-
really made
while
me
I
want to
choke.
vomit. So the funniest part about this is that it's sex toys. And what do you think of sex toys? Usually it's for women because that's the majority of what sex toys are for. No, it was all male sex toy products. Of course it was.
Ooga.
I mean, it had to be. There was not one female thing
Well,
to
no,
be
that's not
found.
true because I
What?
actually, after you had posted that, I went digging into what every person had. And if you'll recall, one of the first people who was utterly disgusting, who rented out sex toys
But
for
it
$200
was a
for 2
doll. It was a
hours.
sex doll.
I know, but they were all female. He doesn't deal with males. But
Right.
if you want a female with a strap on, you can
But
have
that's
that.
still that's not for girls. That's for like.
But listen to
really
how
feminine.
vile this comment is. I boiled it all into one
Oh,
happy
God, please.
comment.
Is it
because,
what I think it is?
Yes, it is. Of course it is. Here we go.
Christ.
What
All right,
about
perfect.
for gay men? Are there any male dolls or trans dolls?
So, not at the moment. We don't have any male dolls. We do have some that we will be adding to our collection very soon. And most of our dolls are available with a penis insert. So that's something that you can request.
Right. Brian, you say a client once requested a child doll. Is that correct? Well, how do you handle something like that for your business?
Who was the show for?
So, a client did. Now, my first reaction, would to be angry, right? Because I mean, that's terrible.
Was it black?
Right.
And then the
think
other
so.
part of me looked at it like, okay, if there was a child doll, I have a daughter that's 8 years old.
Listen to this
Now,
sense.
if this person interacting with a doll will stop this person from harming a kid, I'd rather that happen than that person harm a kid.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So you set him up with what? A Cabbage Patch doll? Or
No,
something?
no, we-
No, I see. Yeah, right.
Fortunately, that would be something that he would have to go buy himself.
I
We
see.
don't have any kid dolls.
Oh, that's so big of you. So big of you to
Wow.
not have kid dolls.
He's
Why
a-
would you
he's
even
a-
bring that up? I think that's so vile to
creepy
even
as
bring up
fuck.
Well,
as a
it's
topic
because
of
it's
conversation.
Howard. Because that's one of Howard's interests. Remember Millie Bobby
Creepy.
Brown?
Yeah.
So
I
he's
know.
such a-
We're speechless, aren't we?
what a humanitarian! What an absolute
Yeah.
humanitarian!
Absolutely disgusting.
Porn guy with a
Thank you,
heart.
Times will change.
So I don't know who won that, and nor do I care. And then,
It was the whole point of the joke was they got $5,000.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
$5
that's
grand.
it.
Don't you love the Cabbage Patch Kid reference? It's the last time he bought his kids a present, 1980, 1987.
Exactly. What I find weird is that, nobody knew about this contest. Nobody,
Nope.
was solicited for this contest. So somebody went out and found people who have, I don't know what, products?
Yep,
so that
they
they
have
could come
products
on
and
and win
startups.
money.
Fake.
Like, who would do this? And why would they do it? It's
Pink
just,
Cherry. All right. First of all, the whole thing was brought to you by Pink Cherry, who is a sponsor on the show.
Who are they?
They are a distributor of toys. They have really, really bad advertisements on the show before the show starts. And so they bought that entire hour. That was their hour to own. And they gave away the $5,000. And they probably had, like, from the sex shows, they probably brought in these four clowns with their really disturbing products, and kind of did an hour-long commercial to buy stuff through the mail.
Yes, Gina Bobina. That's a very specific doll. It is. It's way too,
It's way too creepy
way,
for me.
way too creepy.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even the creepiest clip that we have today, which
No,
is kind of
it
shocking.
isn't. But it's pretty. It's pretty.
How much you think
creepy.
moves from this? How much you think this shit moves from this show? Products and stuff, advertisements.
Oh,
How
nothing.
much
That's
you
a
think?
really
I'd
good
say
question.
nothing. I would love to know the metrics behind what moves from this show.
I
His
would love to
endorsement
have
means
that metrics.
nothing.
No,
I
it
gotta
doesn't.
give Howard credit on one thing. Yeah, we did a show of what you used to love about Howard or whatever he was good at.
Yes.
We did. He used to be the most phenomenal live commercial reader. Like a non-drinker could get you to buy Heineken. He was a
Right.
phenomenal commercial reader in the 90s and stuff. And the huckster salesman in him is not to ever
Yeah,
be
he actually-
underestimated.
You're right. He was actually incredible.
He was
at live
really
commercials.
good at selling things he didn't use.
Yep. And now he's just lazy.
You know, Chucky Khan says, so sad. This is the advertiser. It used to be 7-Eleven. But you know what? At his peak, at his very, very peak, I think Heineken was like the
biggest.
largest advertiser I ever heard on a show. Even when he was at his
Well, wait.
peak, he never had
No,
like
you're right. He's never
Ford
had-
or,
Well-
Coca-Cola or any
Oh
of
no,
that.
Yeah.
Snapple would be the other
Snapple
one.
is the big one.
Snapple.
Snapple, but that was
Yeah.
before it was sold. Snapple
went
was still
well.
just like a mom and pop company.
That's true. So
It wasn't when Pepsi bought it or whoever bought it. It was
Yeah.
just, they were just
so
a
Heineken,
company.
yeah, Heineken's the
Snapple.
biggest.
That's back when he used to play stuff like this. Listen. Let's see.
This is NAMBLA, the North American Men Boy Love Association, in New York. The Orange Radio chapter meets on the first
That is the
Saturday of
best
each month,
voicemail like ever.
noon to 2:30 p.m. So any of
I don't know why you don't like share screen and we could do it like real.
at the end of the beep,
Because I don't want this on my web browsing history.
No, you don't.
Yeah, Snapple was in 1992.
Had to use
That's how long ago.
DuckDuckGo for
That was so
one.
92. I know that's the perfect
Yeah.
year for that.
All right, so I'm going to move on a little bit. So next he had, shockingly, Natalie Maines was coming on, and of course it was a perfect tie-in to the fact that I literally just received an email from, hold on, let me see what I just got an email, from Ticketmaster saying that the Chicks are going to be in concert on March 4th in Hartford, Connecticut. Like, you know, along with that would be some 41 at Asbury Park and Dave Matthews Band in Hartford.
Wow, that's
Weird
this is
city to
basic-
launch your tour,
Yeah,
like
right?
Hartford. Yeah,
This is basically
she's going to Howard's Markets.
This
Yeah.
is basically the people you don't want to fucking go see tour. Okay.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. I have no interest. I don't even know a single
mean,
Dixie Chick
yeah,
song.
come
to be honest
on.
with
Well,
you.
it's so weird when they, you know, they hit during the Napster generation. So I don't know if they were ever big, but they had, you know, they were covering Landslide and stuff. And I'll give them this: it's a chick band that plays instruments and writes their own music and can sing. It's like, you know, at least it's not studio trickery. And they somehow attached themselves to the to 9/11, and they were right. She criticized the invasion of Iraq. She ended up being right. Nobody
they
apologized
end-
to
it
it,
ended
and that
their
was their
career.
fame. I don't know if it ended it or made
It
it
ended
in
their
terms of knowing.
career.
I didn't know who they were. I didn't know who they were.
They
until-
went from, they were the chicks that sang "Earl Had to Die."
Yeah.
They were a big thing, and they literally all of their fucking fans just went, no.
I want to find
that
a
was
clip
it.
of Howard shitting on
That was
them
it. You didn't
when
hear
he
from-
was
you didn't
he
hear
was
from them
Chicken
forever
Hawk.
again.
He was Chicken Hawk armchair warrior Howard during
So-
after 9/11. I know he was shitting on them. And I want
Yeah,
to
we
find
definitely
that.
go to Jones Beach,
Yeah.
Mr. Jude. It depends on who's playing. I have to look at the lineup. All
Well,
right,
no,
I'm
it's going to
sorry.
be the Dixie Chunks. and
The
whoever.
Dixie Chunks.
So
So
this
anyway,
is
yeah.
it's literally the effeminate man tour. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the only thing you're gonna find there is chicks and effeminate guys.
The woman hating man club, like
Exactly.
like the Little Rascals.
That's a
So she
He-Man
calls in,
Woman Haters Club.
and she calls
Man
in,
Haters
and
Club.
she's having some difficulty with her phone. And they start talking about going to visit her in LA. And once again, and I don't know why he keeps bringing this up this week, but he's talking about how he would never stay at her house or at other people's houses.
That's
So
because
this is
JD
he
did.
starts to talk about this while he's waiting
I
for her to
mean,
come back on.
It's just I do not like staying at someone's house for any extended amount of time. Like if I go to someone's house, I'm out after an hour. I'm like, it's enough. It's like I got to go home. My thing is staying home. I like my house, my things.
Well, when you have two,
I'm not looking to be at
giant
someone's house
mansions.
for an extended period of time.
You've never stayed at Jimmy's?
Nope, never. He's invited me. Jimmy,
I would imagine he has, yeah.
Jimmy comes to my home, and we have a great time. I love when he comes. I love when people visit, but I don't want to stay at his house. No way. Yeah, I want to go. Molly, do you mind if I walk around at night and I'm out of that.
He's such a weirdo. He really is. He's
Yeah.
just such a weird man.
I just wish he was. There's no more better wish than stripping him of that money and access and watch what he'd have to do to live like a civilian for a week.
I agree, Tiger Lily, 1,000%. It is the wig. It is the wig.
It's always the hair. She's right. It's
It's the
SNL
prep.
or going over someone's. It's the hair. She's so right.
It's
Don't
the
ever
wig.
get off of that. It's always the hair.
It's all about the hair. And we will always come back to that. Just for some bizarre reason, he keeps mentioning this. And I felt the need to bring it up again. So here is your $100 million man, just riffing while he's waiting for Natalie to come back on the phone.
What happened to Natalie Maines? She never
I
called
don't
back.
know. She was calling on the landline.
Yeah, I was going to ask if he was vamping.
Gary, what's going on? I'm sitting here killing time looking for Natalie Maines.
Here,
Well, that's your job.
She literally just texted me saying her landline is dead. She's having technical issues.
Well, call us back on the whatever she was on, but take off the AirPods.
You got 80
Just
people
talking
working
to her
there.
phone.
You get all the money, earn it. Sorry.
Listen to
Someone
this
Sitting
right
here
here.
killing time on live
Look
radio.
at JD Weezer.
47
They text
years.
each other.
40 years.
Just tell her, JD. Just tell her to call back with
I
her regular
I
regular
did.
cell phone.
I
the
literally,
way
I
she
just,
did.
yeah.
Da, da.
I just texted what you just said. Talking to the phone.
Ah.
I
Listen
got
to
to
this.
control everything around here.
Yeah.
No, you're not. We don't feel sorry for you.
Like everybody just gave up because Natalie's hard line doesn't work, landline,
This is
and I'm just sitting here
This is
gabbing away,
magic.
waiting for her
Right.
to call back, and no
Yeah.
one tells me what's going on.
Can you imagine?
Wow.
I was thinking about this yesterday. Casey Armstrong, who everybody should listen. You know, we don't give him enough support. I don't think he has a show every night at 7:00. You can stream it, and everybody should listen to it. This is Casey Armstrong vamps for an hour by himself every night.
Every night.
Every
Every
night.
night.
He just riffs and goes on, gets a couple calls here and there, whatever. Might have one guest, but he's basically riffing. He gets 1/1,000,000th what Howard gets, and he does this every night.
You're
And
Chaka Khan, you're
doesn't complain.
1,000% right. That it's not. I'm sure it's not a landline. She
Well, it
probably
could be.
has.
It could be.
No, she probably has like an internet phone. I'm gonna go on a little bit and go to. All right, I really hate this clip, and so I'm just gonna play it because the clip after this I hate even more, and I just don't know why I hate it. I just fucking hate it.
All right.
I don't blame you.
I mean, this is such a great song.
Oh, please. You didn't learn it until 19.
You know what it is? Howard is so basic. Like you have a 100 Red Hot Chili Pepper songs to choose from,
And it's that one.
and
Yeah.
you know what this is. Yeah, but listen to him. He's just such a jerk.
Picks
Came
the song
about
that was
when
Listen,
the guys were rehearsing, and Anthony was just kind of singing off the top of his head. And then he came up with it, give it away, give it away, give it away now.
Yeah.
Give it away, give it away, give it away
Brilliant.
now.
So-
Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
Bernie
is the
Taupin
new-
couldn't think of that.
This is the new
This is it.
Musicpedia thing he
Yeah.
does now
Yeah.
to kill time.
yes, yes.
Stupid facts about songs you don't
Yes.
care about because they're 30 years old.
Exactly. And remember, there was a time where all of a sudden he knew all the words to all the songs because
Yes.
somebody printed it out for him because
yeah.
he never knows the words to songs.
Well,
the words to his
Ever.
own song.
His music taste consisted of whatever K-Rock played for a long time, so he would try to act like he was as hip as the K-Rock playlist, and he would attach
wasn't even
himself
close.
to
Exactly.
this music.
Whoever just said it here, oh yeah, it was Tiger Lily, of course. Howard only knows hits. That's exactly right. And you know what's funny? I don't know if you guys recall this or not, but last year or the year before for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, when Skip Noyd was actually at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I made him
Skip
vote
Noyd.
made him vote for Depeche Mode for me while he was there.
Oh my
Howard
God.
had no idea who they were. Thought they were like
Wow.
a one-hit
Well, of
wonder,
course not.
and had no idea who they were.
Come on.
So-
Howard is
Yeah, he
fucking
has,
such
he
a.
has no idea. He really
No.
doesn't.
If it wasn't on a Kotex commercial, Howard has no idea who the.
Exactly.
No, of course not. All right, I have the grossest clip of the night coming up, and I wish I had something to let you guys know that it was like the grossest clip. Sadly, all I have is
Cleaning out the computer.
I do love
Does
that.
that mean
No.
I'm going to be cleaning off the computer?
yeah, this is disgusting. So
Yeah, great.
apparently, at some point, they start to go into, which has now become a weekly thing, is to talk about when High Pitch Eric finally gets down to Florida to visit Debbie the Cum Lady so that she can give him a blowjob. Now, I have no interest in any of this.
I never would have gotten this clip. I would have skipped right over
Well,
it.
but it's so
I'm glad
gross.
I missed it. I was in a meeting.
Okay, well then all of
I
you
don't
get
wanna
to
hear it.
have fun with this because the only reason I recorded it was so that you could listen to High Pitch Eric's real voice.
Okay.
So what they're doing now is Blitz Volunteers. Blitz Volunteers to talk dirty to High Pitch Eric so that he could get him off.
He looks a little like John Stamos. Yeah, good-looking guy. Go ahead, John.
Good-looking
you
guy.
mind having phone sex with Eric?
He's
No,
a
I would
mongoloid.
love to. Eric, I want to put your cock in my mouth so slowly while I play with your balls.
My cock is in your mouth.
Oh, yeah. Then I'm going to take my finger and put it up your sweet asshole. Then I'm going to just get a second finger up your asshole. And then I'm going to put some of your shit on your upper lip so you could smell your own shit. Eric, and then I'm going to turn you over. I'm gonna fuck you so hard. I'm gonna ride you like a bull. Oh, fuck. I'm hard thinking about it right now. You want to hear how wet I am right now, Eric?
Yeah, let me hear how wet you are.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Ronnie,
my
turn off your
God.
mic. You're
Oh,
causing
sorry.
an
What's
echo.
the next one? Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Great. Thank you. I'm not going to.
How many touchdowns did the A's make?
It's hard to talk like that, right?
Right, nice. Let me put Gary on the phone.
Isn't it hard to talk that way? It's like
It
kind
is.
of like weird.
It is.
It's almost unnatural. I know, how disgusting was that? So vile.
Oh my God, my stomach actually
Did you
turned
say that with a
twice.
grin on your face?
Well, because you guys were being mean to me and yelling in my
No, we just want to get over with.
Well, now be happy. It's over,
I'm gonna have nightmares
okay?
now. I'm gonna have nightmares about that.
You know
Everything
what?
about that just
I guess
is
you know
nightmare-inducing.
when prison rape is inevitable, just fucking close your eyes and
Should I
Exactly.
play
go
it
to your happy
again?
place.
No,
Were
we're
you guys
good.
listening? Should I play it again?
No, we're
No.
good. We heard every second of it.
No.
Xavier's
Hey,
going to have to
hey guys,
become
Mo's about to
a
host this show by
rapist.
herself.
Exactly.
Fudgicle says, "Put me in the Soylent Green death booth now." Okay, so you deserve that, and I'm gonna move on. So, so then we find out that Mehmet got married, and
Mehmet.
he got married on 2/22/22, 2/22/2022, which Robin called a palindrome, which
Because she's an idiot.
in actual terms is really incorrect, and she's a friggin' moron. But let's just really, before we get to that, let's listen to some more technical difficulties that went on the show.
Ronnie, turn off your mic. You're causing an echo. Ronnie came on and now.
Oh, it does look like it's infected.
Ronnie. Jeez.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, that's what was going on for like a solid couple of minutes when they were talking about the cum hat. So then we get to Mehmet. Mehmet got married, and within a week of getting married, he has already lost his wedding ring, and it's because he was like fiddling around with it in the office in L.A. And Howard, of course, has to bring it back to being some sort of psychological deficit on Mehmet's part, and that's the reason why he lost it.
Ronnie went to, evidently, Mehmet, who works for us. I don't know how deep you want to go on this. I don't know how many people remember Mehmet, but he got married, and he had to get married on 02/22/22.
He's one of those people that, a lot of people got married on that day because it's, what did they call that, a palindrome?
Yeah.
Where it's the
02.
same backwards and forwards.
But it isn't.
February 22nd, 2022 was
you
important
idiot.
to him for some reason. And the only guy from the the only guy from the show who went to the wedding was Ronnie. And because the wedding, I guess, was in Vegas. And Ronnie showed up, and the only thing I heard was Mehmet already lost his wedding ring, which is fucking unbelievably psychologically revealing. He kept playing with the ring, taking it on and off, taking it on and off.
So this continues, and Mehmet is getting like a little pissy about it because he's like, well, Jesus, fuck, I've only had it on for like a week, and I was just, rolling it around on my finger, and next thing I know, it was gone. Yes, you're exactly right, Kylo Sierra Alpha. Mehmet is no longer on the show because he refuses to do gay stuff.
Good
Chris
one.
Wilding
Good,
is now
so true.
Wheatley's favorite staffer. Yeah, that's absolutely
So true, Kylo. Good one.
Yes, you're right, Katie Aldana. Why is this even content? Yes,
Because it's
you're
easy.
exactly right.
Because it's easy.
Because
Filler.
yes, who the F cares?
'Cause
Yes,
this is
Jeremy
filler.
Harrison. Yes, you're exactly right. I don't know why it's a topic. I'm just telling you what went on the show. Okay, cut me some
So
freaking slack.
can we extrapolate his analysis and
Extrapolate?
and
Wow.
focus on the
Extrapolate.
fact- and focus on the fact that he never mentions his grandkid?
No,
Yeah, I
we
know.
cannot.
Right? That should be hours of material, right? I mean, new grandpa
Oh.
and the light of his
Hey
life.
guys,
and
Beth
on-
is a grandmother now.
Yep.
Why don't we talk about that?
Grandma
Instead of
Beavis.
someone who was on the show years ago that
nobody gives a rat's ass about, doesn't even know what he looks like. By the way, Mehmet has not been on social media for like 6 months. I tried to look for pictures of the wedding today just so I could, accompany this program with it. And he's not on social media at all. And smart on him. A lot of people were like beating him up when he was on the show.
Yeah.
And honestly, who needs it? Who needs it if you don't need it to promote yourself? And he's not doing anything special.
He probably, more than anybody on this show, probably second guesses being on it. I think it's a living. It's kind of, but it's certain like, oh, I don't like anything they do, and he's just kind of sitting there writing crap and getting by and just slogging through each day with the gay antics. And the way to get to Howard is be like Wilding.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's listen to the psychoanalysis of the lust ring.
He's confused.
Yeah.
I'm getting an echo in here, so I'll just have to be attacked without being able to respond.
No, I'm not attacking you. Is it true you lost your ring?
Yes, I...
You're taking it on and off. What does that say?
Yeah.
I'm conflicted about this marriage. On, off, and then the next thing, it flies out of your hands and you lose it. What does that say?
How does that happen? What do you mean? Where are you that it flies out of your hand and you cannot retrieve it?
Okay, so JD was tasked with... getting in touch with anybody who is friends with Mehmet on the show, because most of those people couldn't be at his Tuesday wedding, whenever the hell the 22nd was, and he wanted them to make a video, about what the special things are about, keeping a marriage alive. And so JD, of course, goes to, quote, upper management to find out whether or not it's okay to ask Howard, Robin, and Fred to make a recording. I love this.
He's confused.
Yeah.
I'm getting an echo in here, so I'll just have to be attacked without being able to
sorry,
respond.
wrong one. Sorry.
No, I'm not
We've heard this before, haven't we?
Okay. Shh.
Listen, I apologize for putting that staffer out so much.
Well, listen what a bonehead JD is. He went to upper management and said, should I bother Howard with this request?
Upper management.
And Robin, Gary, and Fred.
No, what I did was I sent a separate email to upper management saying, hey, I don't want to send this to them. I would feel this is just not my place to do it. If you feel comfortable mentioning it and whatever, go right ahead. Otherwise, that's fine if you don't. And that's what
I am angry with you for not forwarding that request to me.
I didn't get what.
This is so being read.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
With everything I deal with to stop and make a video for Mehmet and his wife would have been the greatest joy of my career.
Who works at a company where you can't go to your boss with something? And I mean this sincerely.
Most places no, but
Gunk?
you got to remember, they'll have to go through Marcy. They have to go through Marcy. What?
I will bypass the subtle snark that I heard in your voice because your insolence will not be tolerated. Just think that it's kind of weird that you would have to go to Marcy to find out whether or not it's okay.
And not bring her name up. So you can't even talk about that process.
Upper management.
Right.
Call Marcy upper management.
There's this Get Smart phone system he has too, where it's just layers of screening. It's not just he screens you out. It is like it takes you to this. I bet you Buckwald gets his calls first, and he's listening to it. It's not just a simple thing. It's this crazy security screening. You can't pitch shit to him. The only thing I've ever seen is when they would show. And this definitely doesn't exist anymore, like during breaks, and they would show them, and I think it was just for Howard TV, they would have them pitching shit while he shoves like granola and yogurt in and staring at and he wouldn't make eye contact with anybody.
Oh my God, Millennium Tower skeleton.
Look at that.
Wow.
Yes.
Everybody, Taco Tuesday on me tomorrow. Oh, it's Wednesday.
Do you want a great play-by-play of that system? Listen to when Stuttering John left the show, how he couldn't go to Howard, and Howard pretended that he could go to it, and he spent hours just blasting John over and over again. He went to Robin, and Robin's giving him this whole thing. He simply couldn't speak to Howard, and it's the best way to figure it, where that was exposed. That system was and it's been going on since 2000 and whatever, 2004.
Yes. So let's get into Wilding, King of the Douchebags.
Oh.
And And the way he talks to JD, like, okay, so everybody was basically picking on JD and the fact that, he was asking people to do these videos and people didn't want to do them and they thought it was like intrusive and why would they do this? And it's so douchey. Like, if you're friends with the guy, do it. If you're not, don't do it. That's it. End of story.
Great Fudgicle post here.
Listen to Chris. Hang on. Let me play this and then we'll come back to Fudgicle. I'll put it on the screen.
Listen, I apologize for putting that staffer out so much.
Well, listen what a
Sorry,
bonehead
that's me again.
is. He went to upper.
Chris
Wilding, when JD made the request to Chris Wilding, Chris went into detail about why he didn't film a video, calling the request a real turnoff. Chris says putting JD in charge of it was gross. They must have known JD is a soft touch and has a problem with saying no. Chris felt offended as a single guy. He felt they were rubbing their happiness in his face.
Imagine.
Jesus Christ.
Chris, Rasan, Mike Perlman, and Wolfie did not send in a video as requested. Refused. Yeah, Chris, why did you refuse?
I love Mehmet and Mary, and I even, I called Mehmet privately and told him I wasn't going to come to the wedding. It's nothing to do with them. And maybe had Mary reached out to me personally, it would have been a different thing. But to put JD in charge of this, who just like has problems in general, and you're basically asking him to communicate with a large group of people, I felt it was a little exploitative because he's not going to say no. He doesn't know not to bother you, Howard. And
he's like a child.
I didn't bother him.
Yeah.
I knew not to do that.
It's like getting the slow guy to park cars at your wedding. It's not fair. it felt
okay.
Hold on, it continues. One more.
Wow.
One more.
Robin,
all right,
it
fair
felt
enough.
A little elitist. And like it was the prom king and queen kind of using the slow guy to do their bidding, and I didn't like that aspect of
all right,
it. And
that's interesting.
You.
For just a moment.
Interesting.
I
interesting
don't need you
take.
me anymore.
I'm defending you.
No, not you can stop now, please.
Can you imagine?
What a bitter little twink. Oh my God.
Yeah, Fudgicle, it's classic cult dysfunctional family. Yeah, see the Pelican Brief. Exactly right. Yeah. Cult dysfunctional family dynamics makes the rules so complicated that people are constantly fucking up. Then everyone feels like they're always in trouble. Exactly
I
right.
agree 1000%.
Such a good post.
James it's too. Writes, okay, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go.
James Q writes, "It's always don't ask me anything. Don't involve me in anything. I don't want to hear anyone or anything. Or why didn't you ask me? Tell me before you do anything. I make all the decisions." Right.
Spot on.
It's waffle wig, not wit wig. It's waffling wig.
And you'd think with all these complex system and all these this you'd think it would be this like well-oiled machine and the show would be perfect and it's evergreen in every show. It's 80 episodes and it's awful every day. It's the worst. There's nothing. The more organized it is, the worse the show is. It's like this system. It doesn't work. It couldn't be worse.
It's organized.
Blow
to
it
be
up
this way. It's literally organized to be this way.
It's all just to make his life easy,
so,
whatever that even means.
We know that JD is retarded, right? We know that he's slow.
Absolutely, 112%.
We know that he has Asperger's. So here's so Tank apparently was at the wedding. JD made a video for the wedding, and here's his advice to the happy couple on how to make your marriage last. Here we go.
Oh, I would have loved to have been there when Robin got the request. I would have watched that. JD, John Blitt Benji, Richard, Jason, Will, John Hine, Gary, and Sal all sent in a video. And I guess the video was, do you have advice for Mehmet and his beautiful wife, Mary? You have some sort of marriage advice. And JD told Mehmet he had no marriage advice. His tape was the best thing I ever heard. Let me see if I can find it. I think I actually have it. Let me see if I can find it.
Wow.
Maybe I don't have it.
Are you serious?
There's nothing lording over him.
Oh, darn.
Oh, there it is.
Horrible
Here's JD's
riffing.
clip. I got it. This is JD's clip that he came up. This is him giving marital advice to Mehmet and his bride on their wedding day.
Hello, Mary and Mehmet. Congratulations. Congratulations. Mazel tov. I don't know if I have any advice. Just have fun. Do whatever you're doing. It seems to be working out okay so far. So just don't stop doing that, I guess. I don't know. All right. Yeah, have fun. Thank you.
What do you think he's going to do?
Wow.
Trying to tend to my mother's need.
Have fun and stuff. Wow.
Thank you.
What do you expect? What do you think he's gonna do? Ha 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 ha. JD's an idiot.
God.
He's socially awkward. Ha ha ha. Fill another 30 years with this piece of shit. God damn it! I can't believe this guy is a focal point of this awful show.
So
An hour. Damn it.
So before we get to cleaning out, I'm sorry. No, I'm not doing it. Okay, before we get to cleaning out the computer, here's the clips that I have left. Tango in Vegas for the wedding. Stephanie trying to be like Beth.
Yeah.
How Ronnie talks to Stephanie.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a final clip that was sent to me by Beth's lowly assistant with the phone caller saying we should all be like Beth.
Is that when Ronnie
Yes, I think
belittles
we
her?
should play all of those, especially the Beth
Isn't
one.
the one where Ronnie like talked to her like shit?
Oh yeah, he's such a dick to her.
Okay,
so
so
let's
that's
go.
the-
Let's start with
Well, yeah,
Tango.
you can.
Monique, you got a visual request by CB down there, if you'd see it. Down the road.
More JD requesting interns panties via work DMs, please.
Can I have your?
Right,
can
you
I
have
see
those.
your panties?
I don't have them anymore. I told you that was on Facebook.
All right, we're gonna have to get it from John.
I don't have Facebook anymore.
have to
Okay,
get it
let's
from
go
John.
to Tango in Vegas. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Ronnie, you were at the wedding.
Yes.
You had a nice time. The bride
it was
looked
great.
beautiful, I'm sure.
Oh, she looked gorgeous. The dress was really beautiful. Very low.
And did
cut
she
in
have
front.
smoking? Did she have smoking hot friends? I would imagine she's a very
she
beautiful
did.
woman herself. She
Yes,
did.
she
So
did.
you got to
She
evaluate
did.
some of the girls, and you got to look
Mrs.
them over.
JD was there.
Oh, Mrs. JD. Yes. How'd she look?
She looked very nice.
Yeah,
She
you
looked
looked her
really
over, and she wore a
Yes,
nice
yes.
dress, and you
You
approved.
approve?
She came up. She even came up to the house, and we had dinner together. It was really nice.
Oh, wonderful.
Without her husband.
Yeah, but it's so weird. Like she was out in Vegas,
Right.
and JD was in LA.
Los Angeles.
Right.
And how did JD not go to the wedding?
What is that?
So
What
definitely
was
they're,
that?
they're
What
not
is it?
together.
Is that-
100% they're not together. I'm guaranteed at
Why
this
would
point.
JD make a video and not go to the wedding? Like, why wouldn't he work out of the LA office, drive or fly to Vegas? It's like, $59 and go to the wedding. It's just very
Because
curious
that's
to
why.
me. Because
I'm not trying to be Gary here. What do you do for what do you do for a living? But what is her occupation? Is she a substitute teacher, or what are we thinking she is
fitness
now?
coach,
Fitness guru. Like
haven't. No, I don't think she's that anymore. I haven't
No?
kept up with the thread, but neither has
Weightlifting?
she. She joined some group that does maybe
Pie eating
substitute
contest?
teaching or something like that.
a tutor.
Not
Tutor?
really sure. Somebody will tell. I'm sure somebody will
I
tell
don't know.
us.
Yeah,
Ooh, interesting. Dorian Morgan says Ronnie sounds like he's getting Parkinson's.
He sounds.
Now, what makes you say
old.
that?
it's
I'm
it's
curious.
Parkinson's,
Dude,
not
seriously?
Parkinson's.
Parkinson's.
Seriously, he sounds like dick. He sounds. You know what he sounds like? He sounds like the second guy in one of those Tom Selleck reverse mortgage commercials.
Reverse mortgage.
Wow.
Reverse mortgage. That's so funny.
All right, I'm going to do Stephanie's trying to be like Beth, and this is Apple's calling in. And
Oh,
he's
I
being
hate
like a
this
real
bastard.
dick, too. I hate him, too. I hate him so much.
I hate him so much.
Howard,
By the
may
way-
I say it was a delight to have Stephanie on the show today,
Oh, Jesus.
and
Here
I'm
we
a
go.
huge fan. One thing
You're
I
a
would
huge
like
fan.
to say is, I am. Yeah, I love you, pal.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I hate you.
Stephanie's
I
Instagram.
can't grant.
You're such a piece of shit.
I'll see you at the wedding. Okay.
Yeah,
Stephanie's
we all-
Instagram. She put up a beautiful picture of her in a cat shirt, very much like Beth does. And it's for a great.
Oh my
great
God!
charity.
You're such a fucking
Whoa.
jerk.
Well, I think I love.
Do you realize that Stephanie works as a veterinary technician and works with
Well, there you
animals?
go.
She's everything
moron.
Beth can't
She's
be.
not copying
Right.
Beth. She is not copying Beth. You fucking idiot.
Is
His
she
voice
doing
is
good
a
things
little-
for cats?
Yes, she is. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's it. Slow your roll. Slow down.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you were right.
Here's
No,
what I
no.
wanna
You
point
had to
out.
bring it up just like you did with the fucking cereal. The same fucking shit.
Lucky Charms, Ronnie.
Yeah. Lucky Charms, right.
Yeah.
Just because Beth
Very
eats them, Stephanie eats them. That's right.
Are
So
you
let's
claiming
continue.
that
Jesus.
Stephanie is wearing a I Love Cats type shirt to imitate Beth and eating Lucky Charms to imitate Beth? And is that what you're claiming?
No, because he's a
after
moron.
so long of trying to prove otherwise, yes, that's exactly what I'm claiming now. I'm just
I'll explain that one too, because she works with a group that they asked her to put that picture up on her Instagram, and she was nice enough to do it.
Now, I will tell you one thing. I'm going to share it with you right now. So this was the picture that Yoda Quiver Stern put up of Stephanie.
She loves stuff. She loves she loves Tanko and Stephanie and Brent's wife.
This was a curious picture of Stephanie, not going to lie. It's
They all are curious pictures of Stephanie, actually. Hostage situation.
They're always curious
this
when
one's
you
just
have
a
an
little
extra...
bit weird. She looks a little weird in it.
She looks very
you look a
weird
little
in
down
that.
there.
Downsy. No, but she doesn't look her usual self, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong
No,
here?
Could be a bad picture.
It's a really bad picture. She looks like she's
horrible
shaped like
angle to begin with.
It's a horrible angle.
And then there's some sort of filter on her face.
Yes, there's some weird shit going on in this. I think
yeah.
that's where Apples was trying to get to, but he didn't get there.
She's adorbs, says Gina.
Yeah.
Wow.
Listen, for having Down
Monique,
syndrome,
that's only
cute.
11 alerts.
Yeah.
It's pretty lightweight for you.
You know,
wow.
She could have been a model for Victoria's Secret now.
Stephanie wants to be like Beth so much. She had her dad go on house arrest and got implants.
It would be more like Victoria's Special Secret.
Well, no, they actually have a girl with the Downs.
Yeah. So that was
39
Stephanie,
or
but then of course. Howard has to kind of double down on it a little bit.
Now, Monique, Scout Finch is right. I think Stephanie's far more attractive than Beth is. Chat, you with me? I think it's even close.
She is actually
way more. I think she's way more attractive. She's got that. Yeah, just normal.
Well, as normal as you can be, being in your 30s
in that world.
and engaged to somebody
70-year-old man.
Let's be honest.
She doesn't have that Sagittarius secretary.
Sagittarius.
I really need to stop drinking before
I love you
shows.
combining those.
Secretary quality. Shut up!
She has the puffy cheeks of a beauty salon after hours Botox.
Absolutely.
You know,
she could lose 30 pounds, Robin.
You know, that's the death blow of moving to somewhere like Vegas, where all the wives and all the older women kind of look better than you because they have a shit ton of money and all they do is take care of themselves. So it's Botox and fillers and veneers and
it's like
hair extensions and all the other shit.
That's
and all of a sudden she's keeping up with the with the Magdas out there, and it's probably kind of hard for her. I mean, and I'm not sure. I'm just projecting, but I don't know.
Do you think she has one of those Golden Corral punch cards?
Absolutely.
Oh, you
absolutely does.
Every 10 punch you get a free buffet.
Every podcast has to have a Golden Corral reference from now on. Somebody has to say it first. Who says it first?
I might have to go there just to get a punch card. I've never been. Okay, so then what we'll end with this particular portion of it. I know Beth's lowly assistant, you sent me some of the clips of him doing the guy who does Trump, but I tend not to usually put those on because they were so horrible.
Oh, God, it was nothing.
And, I'm not really sure if Howard is making the jokes that the Trump guy says or, what it is, but I found it to be like really, really weird, and I hated everything about it. I hate everybody who knocks on the door, every one of them. There's not a single person under 40 who knows who Dan Rather is, and the fact that he constantly has him come on is kind of shocking to me.
He's a serious show.
Hey, Mom.
So, what, babe? No, don't do it.
Oh, dear God.
Ah, Jesus Christ. No, you cannot come in. Just you stay outside.
Well, fuck you guys.
You're a feral cat. You stay out the door. But let's listen to everybody say we should all be like Beth, and then we can get to cleaning out the computer.
Trisha, you're on the air in Tennessee. Trisha, what do you want to say? And then I'll get out of here. Go ahead.
We should all emulate Beth. So what if Ronnie's wife emulates Beth? We should all be doing that. She's wonderful.
Yeah,
there you go. Nothing
So where
wrong
does
with
she
that.
sit?
See, so he's trying to actually intimate that Steph, who works as a veterinary assistant,
who's actually walking the walk,
actually works with animals.
Yes,
like she's right.
She had
This is her
ambition,
legit
and
job.
she's really
she
saying
went to school. She got a degree.
Yeah.
As opposed to Beth, who thinks that she's like,
Well, she studied English.
Well, the difference is Beth is an angel and
That's
Stephanie
a
maybe.
saint, angel and a saint. You have to remember, it's an angel and a saint.
Beautiful both inside and
Inside
out.
and out, yes.
Marianne from Boise. David.
Okay, everybody.
That's a Boise accent.
Everybody, you know what time it is?
Cleaning out the computer.
Indeed, it is time to clean out the computer.
With a Roomba.
And Johnny, will you give us a little idea as to what the hell we have going on tonight?
All right, this was a call. Well, this is a request from the chat last night. I think David and somebody else had brought up the time when Howard locked himself in a car with a family. He was being attacked by photogs, and he ran. And this is when I think it was a WNBC year. So he leaves Emily as a 2-year-old or something with Fred, Robin, and Allison. And so it's a series of these Howard acts of Howardice where and it's kind of, I gave you a clip too of so it's the whole gist of this is Howard watched Green Lantern in 2010, and the whole premise of Green Lantern is he has to be worthy to wield the ring, and it's like goofing on that Howard's not worthy to wield the ring, and so they're going through.
We go.
Acting Green Lantern, the movie, I was watching the trailer. Green Lantern goes, I don't know if I'm the right guy for this. I'm not that brave. I'm not that much of a hero. Now, I realize I am so cowardly. Robin once saw a group of gentlemen
It was
stealing.
one guy.
Was it one?
Yeah.
In my mind, it was a group.
One guy.
One guy like stealing a bike. She goes, Howard, you have to do something. Get out of the car. And I go, are you nuts?
I said, what are we going to do? And you said, we're going to wait for the light to change, and then we're going to drive away.
And was I right? How do you feel today?
Did.
Imagine we died for stopping some fucking guy with his bike stealing business. Imagine. I mean, we're here,
you would
right?
have been the Green Lantern.
Well, listen, no one's choosing me to be Green Lantern.
I can't believe you're so obsessed with superheroes,
Right.
and you never do one brave thing.
I was talking to my friend Pat. He was over at Chun Li the other night. He says he gave the Heimlich to a guy and saved
Monique?
his life. I go, you could be Green Lantern.
Chun Li, the most expensive Chinese restaurant in New
You
York.
beat me. That's what I was going to ask you.
Okay, let's continue.
Right in the garbage.
I'm obsessed now with everyone could be Green Lantern but me.
you.
I mean, let's be honest. Everyone knows the story that Beth told, and it is true. Bianca fell in the pool. She can't swim. She's going down, and I'm standing there removing one shoe at a time. I mean, I think Bianca would have died. Beth just dove in with all her clothes. She could be Green Lantern.
Could be Green Lantern.
She's my hero.
Okay, so this is right. We're showing Howard's cowardice here. Johnny Meyer is asking, I have a request. John, this might be something you can answer. Can you find Jake Smeffeles? What?
Okay, president of the Don't Make a Wish Foundation.
Around 2000. It was my only
Yeah,
paid
definitely.
appearance on
Absolutely,
Howard Stern.
Johnny. Especially if you come on our show to do the Ed Wood show. It's filmmaking is not about the tiny details. It's about the big picture. Johnny, you're more than welcome on our show to do the Ed Wood show, and I will totally get that for you. You got it.
Okay, cool.
No problem.
Hey, yeah.
When Shaquille O'Neal grabbed
Oh, my
me.
God. No, I wasn't stepping in.
Everybody just stood there.
And he's so tall he picked you up, and we had such a low ceiling, he almost bashed your head into the lights.
Well, he was throwing me up in the air.
I wasn't stepping in.
That happened so quick.
There it is, Shunley Palace, 155 East 55th Street.
Thank you, Cindy Lou.
Thanks, Sin.
Now put the menu up.
You wanted us, and Rob is right.
Sin, check on the pricing of basic Chinese food there, like
Monique?
a wonton soup or something like that. Yeah, what?
When that clip ends, you got it perfect. So now the video is that very thing she's describing, and Howard wouldn't. I mean, this has been Rob. This is 2010. The Shaquille O'Neal thing was 1998. This is still in Robin's mind that nobody who would help her out during this. She's still.
I should have stepped in, but I'm not stepping in.
But wait, you didn't even say anything. You said, you just.
I go, hey, wow, it's amazing how light Robin is in your arms.
How could you step in? Like, what would you have done? Were you going to punch
I would say,
her?
hey, put her down. I'm going to fucking punch you.
Don't touch her.
That's
Leave
right.
her alone.
That's not appropriate behavior.
I think that was implied.
He almost threw her through the ceiling into Mel's office. Imagine if she could
still be in space.
Wouldn't that be great?
Mel's
that would
office.
almost be like Dennis Rodman's excuse to Carmen Electra when that woman fell through the ceiling.
Monique? Did Mel have an office at the same building? At
Yeah, of course.
Carmen's in it? I thought it was a different
No, same
executive
building.
entity.
Same building.
Oh, I didn't know he was in the same building. Okay.
All right, we're going to play a little clip of this.
So this is Shaquille O'Neal manhandling Robin, and they all just sit around just
Doing
agape, doing nothing.
How you doing, Shaggy?
No. You know.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm talking about.
Great meeting you, Shaq. Thanks for doing the show. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming in. It's a pleasure.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
You stop. Thanks, it was a pleasure seeing you. Thank you for coming in.
Okay, then.
Robin with that rape laugh, with that nervous rape laugh.
Rapey laugh. All right.
Howard's fake clapping. Next clip. This is all in the same segment. So the next one is, I think, 3. It's okay. We get our boy Casey incorporated into this. So Howard's talking about how he's brave because he stayed on the air during 9/11, and they shame Casey, which I am of the thinking that I think Casey was heroic for going. I think it's harder to go home and be with your actual family during that than it is to stay there. I think he's a hero for
Casey's
leaving.
trying to get on the chat for some reason. I don't know why his new name isn't working and he can't get on the chat, but I'll help him with it.
What's
tomorrow.
his new name?
I'm not telling.
I stayed on the air during 9/11.
He doesn't want us to know his new name because he wants to be able to be on here anonymous.
Yeah. That's a
Well,
better
you
one.
did stay on the air, but there was no real danger.
KC
Hold on, we didn't know there was no danger.
I didn't know that. I thought we were under attack.
With all the tall buildings in New York, they're going to pick the one that K-Rock is in.
No, but they could have just dropped a whole bomb on New York. I mean, there was
no
KC
place
out.
to go in that case.
KC can't be Green Lantern. He left the building.
Casey.
Yeah, like, you pussy.
Casey's the last person.
So don't you think I could use that in my resume to be Green Lantern?
But is it enough to make you Green Lantern?
You know what? This is like defending your life.
Right.
There's so many negatives, Howard. How
Okay, that was the end of that clip.
Okay, yeah, that's all. So I picked it up. By the way, I think I'm relatively certain this is the last time Casey's been mentioned on the show. This is
wonton
2010.
soup, $10.
Oh my god!
Wow, that's ridiculous.
And what was
spring roll,
Chinese food
$6.
Wow, one spring roll.
All right. Okay. So final clip in this: Howard leaves family.
Okay, this is the one. Yeah, this is the build
And
to it. So
hides.
this is what David requested.
Okay.
So Robin recounts the story of that, and she kind of throws it. It wasn't even like it. I love how she throws it in. So just play that, and something else in there that he makes a black joke. In
Black
here,
joke.
so you hear like a pause. Benji writes about Mr. X stealing TVs. This is blackface Howard, like when it kind of ekes out a little bit. So just
defending your life.
Right.
There's so many negatives, Howard. How are you? See, the moment they find out you left your daughter in danger,
Right, I'm out.
you're done.
That's right. We were at some sort of picnic at Roosevelt Island. And there was a dangerous-looking character who was coming up. Meanwhile, I was a fan looking for an
All
autograph.
he wanted was an autograph.
I dove in the car, locked all the doors, and my wife and Robin and
Fred
and Emily and
Emily was
everyone.
in the trunk of the car.
They were changing her. They were giving her a diaper change. And I'm in the car.
Wow.
Everyone tries to get in, and it's locked. Yeah, that looks bad. That looks bad.
How are you going to defend that?
Yeah.
When are you going to counter that?
That's a bad one.
Yeah.
9/11's like, hey, you were getting paid to work. Fuck you. Yeah, I'm not going to be Green Lantern. I'm a big pussy.
I think it'd be tough for you. Like I know there's a story like from my father where he saw a robbery once when he was in his car.
Right.
And he left his car, like he put his car parked and chased the guy down the block.
Yeah, he could be Green Lantern.
Like I said, my ex, once we were walking down the street, and he saw smoke coming out of the windows of a building, and he ran in. I was like, he just ran in it?
I'm sorry. What did you say, Gungadin? What is this that you're saying here? I don't even see what this...
I think he's
cleaning out the computer.
Defending your life.
Right.
There's so many... How are you going to defend that?
Yeah.
When are you going to counter that?
That's a bad one. 9/11's like, hey, you were getting paid to work. Fuck you. Yeah, I'm not going to be Green Lantern. I'm a big pussy.
I think it'd be tough for you. Like I know there's a story like from my father where he saw a robbery once when he was in his car.
Right.
And he left his car, like he put his car parked and chased the guy down the block.
Yeah, he could be Green
That's
Lantern.
Uniondale.
Like I said, my ex, once we were walking down the street, And
Did we just hear this?
he saw
We
smoke
did.
coming out of the windows of a building,
Yeah.
and he ran in.
Who did that? Her father?
Mr. X. Mr. X.
Oh, Mr. X. Right.
She won't say Mr. X.
Mr. X, who got caught with another woman in a hotel room while they were filming something in the Poconos, but I won't say who told me that.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, God damn.
Green Lantern. You know, Green Lantern in the comics now is black.
I know.
They have a black Green
I'm a
Lantern.
big fan of Green Lantern.
Yeah. Black people love that.
Listen to this pause.
But you told me when he ran in the burning building, he took out a TV and ran off with it.
He's waiting for the joke, right?
Yep.
Absolutely.
There's blackface Howard we know and love.
No, he didn't do that. He's a brave guy. Well, he's trained in that area. I'm not. I'm trained to talk. I can talk my way out of things.
Did we want to go back to my little tidbit there? Was that something that you guys in the chat wanted to actually talk
Of course they do.
So one time, okay, so that was
Cleaning
it for
out the computer.
Computer.
But don't you love this? The story's even worse. It's not a photog. It's a fan that wants an autograph. He's not even. You talk about get over yourself. This is like the mid '80s. He's not even really famous. The guy's and he runs in the car. He's already completely full of himself and locks the door.
It's like George running out of the fire with
great one.
the
Yes.
old lady. That's exactly what it is.
John Favreau played the
Get out
clown
of
in
my
that
way.
episode.
Did he?
Yes.
Oh my God,
go
that's
back.
amazing. I didn't
It's
know that.
just a gig.
Okay, so here's that little tidbit gossip, which, by the way, Mr. Whiskers told us about this, like 2 years ago, but I'll give it to you in an actual language that you can understand. So one time they were filming something for Ronnie, I guess and Robin was doing something with her cars. You remember she was into driving.
Yes, she was doing racing.
Race cars.
Yep.
And so she was doing some sort of exhibition race thing over at Pocono Downs in northeast Pennsylvania. And so I guess everybody went out there to film. And when you're production pretty much has the keys to like all the rooms, because I guess just in case they need to get like something out of there or whatever. So they usually like hold on to like a key for the room. So anyway, P.S. They kind of get it. They knock on the door. Nobody in there. So they open up the door and they happen to find Mr. X. What's the wording? In flagrante delicate. And with some woman, not Robin. And they quickly shut the door and started giggling about it. And I don't think it got back to Robin for like the longest time, because only like 2 or 3 people knew about it. And they were like, no, we can't say anything to her. It would be horrible. So yeah, there you go.
Do you remember that joke Colin Quinn had about Robin and Mr. X? It was something like Robin as Mr. X has a job with the government. Ah, really, Robin? Is that what the brothers are calling it now? I call it married with 2 kids.
All right, there you go. So you had your nice little
cleaning out the computer.
And we're gonna have to do more of those.
Just a sneak preview tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be in celebration of Courtney Cox. It's going to be David Arquette's last appearance on the show, arguing with Howard about him social climbing.
Does he mention Courtney Cox by name of Courtney Cock? Because there's nothing I like better than him. There was one time when David was on where he called her Courtney Cock about 15 times.
Yes.
Johnny Troiano, thank you so much. Great show tonight.
Vintage Troiano.
Xavier, here's 500 pesos. Grab some E and 15 minutes of fun at Adelita's Tijuana Compadre. Remember, be safe, be brave, and above all, be proud.
Wow.
Oh, brilliant.
well written, too.
Thank you so much. All right, so tomorrow we have Courtney Cox Arquette. Well, I always call her Courtney Cox Arquette. She's still dating the guy from the Postal Service, which is an amazing band. I can't believe he's with her. And she's going to be in some new scary show that is premiering.
She's a bit of a Winona Ryder, I'm with the band kind of groupie, right?
Totally.
You talk about
totally.
Adam Duritz and that whole thing.
It's so funny that she's on here now because once again, my favorite podcast, Stateless, had her on like 2 weeks ago to promote this show. And now Howard gets her at the tail end whilst it's already on.
Sloppy
probably
seconds.
He is total sloppy seconds when it comes to these type of guests. All right. So, sorry, Snow Patrol. Sorry, Sunflower Dragon. Shit, Snow Patrol, not Postal. I love Snow Patrol. I'm so sorry.
Man. She's dating Carmelo and Gina Bobina.
Yeah,
man.
Thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Radio Gunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so that you know when we're going to have a new show. Thanks.